2028, one Big Mac will equal $1 million. From the Gospel of John McAfee. Bro, just learn to code. The Project Freedom Podcast.
Boom, and welcome to the Project Freedom Podcast, episode number 27, where we discuss anything and everything that has to do with sovereign individualism and living a life of freedom. Topic tonight, guys, is don't be a clown. And why is that the topic tonight? You guys just take a look around you yet again at the world going on right now and everything that's going around. It's kind of like we're in a circus, right? If you just take note at some of the things you see people do, and if you just take a little bit of an observation about literally any kind of sector of humanity right now, politically, financially, emotionally, insert any sort of adjective with "ly" at the end of it. Literally, all of it's just straight clownery, right? And so what can we do? What should you do in order to not partake in that circus? Well, we're going to talk about that tonight. Let's see who we got in here tonight. Sam Perchinsky, the Hot Dev Army is a global network. Indeed. Babe Honker reporting in. T-Man Scott, happy Friday, gents. Yeah, it is a happy Friday indeed. It was a fortuitous Friday for me, at least. Christian Soto in the house says potato. Is the camera? There is audio? No audio? Wade Emery, orange pill emojis. Also chain, orange pill emojis equals freedom. Is there audio, guys? No audio? I got some of you guys saying that there is audio. Yeah, Yeah, we have audio on our end, guys. So I don't know. You guys are smoking. You guys are smoking something. Smoking something that's removing the audio from your ears. Who else? Sam Perchinsky, orange coin emoji. Kyle W in the house. Yes, indeed. Chad Donner Schwantz. By the way, Chad, that is an amazing name. Heh, it's not yours to take, bug. Indeed. Sergio, what's up, boys? What's up, Sergio? Good to see you, man. Wade Emery says, bought some Bitcoin off an ATM at a gas station today. Liberty X. Cool, dude. There is like, that's interesting. There is a, basically, Wade, there's a Bitcoin ATM at like every single street corner here in Miami. It's kind of crazy. Let me know what you paid for it, Wade. The last time I used a Bitcoin ATM was in 2000. It was like December of 2019. Back when I still lived in New Orleans, there was only 2 Bitcoin ATMs in the entire city. And I believe it was like a 25% markup on the price of what it actually cost at the time. So I think, and that's just because like that's the premium you got to pay if you want to use Bitcoin ATM. I haven't used one here, but I'm pretty sure like initially the benefit of the Bitcoin ATM was that there's no KYC AML, right? And you could literally pay for it in cash, and then also you could sell Bitcoin and receive cash for it. I'm pretty sure that it's KYC AML now, so I'm not sure, but yeah, audio is good. Audio is good. It's good. Yes, audio is crisp. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Yeah, Scott, maybe, I don't know, turn up your volume or something. I don't know. Virene's in the house. What's up, dudes? Cody Moose in the hoose. My clown world emojis got removed. From where? Cody, Telegram? Uh-oh, not good. Pristine? Bitcoin ATM is a ripoff. Yes, Sam. It can be. I don't know. Like, I don't know what companies are charging what prices now anymore, honestly, guys, to be completely honest with you. But I do remember at one point in time, it was pretty high markup. And I think, again, that's just what you pay to be able to have the privilege to go and buy Bitcoin in cash. And it's kind of like OTC, but like you can do it anywhere, I guess. At this point, though, If you guys have ever been to localbitcoins.com, it's basically like an OTC service, and you could just like hook up with anybody and go ahead and do an OTC purchase through them. That camera quality. Thank you, Solo. Good to see you tonight. Byron says, I hit up Cody on Telegram. Cody is a man. Yes, he is. Much hopium. Cody gave you hopium. I'm glad. That's the equivalent of buying gas station sushi. I don't think I've ever bought gas station sushi before, Sergio, but I would venture to believe that it would not be good quality. Craig, if you're listening right now, I know you just left. Could you please get some White Claw? Forgot to tell you that. Wade Emery says just $25 and it appeared to be $240 in my wallet. Okay, well that's not bad then. That's like what? That's like a 4.5% fee. I don't know. Somebody do the math. Bitcoin ATM is priced 6 months in the future. What if it was during a dump in that time? Cody tries. Sam says Clown World. Work for me. Yeah, Cody's on the bog list for sure. All right, guys. So back to the Clown World show. Let's take a look here, guys. Let's take a look together and do my favorite thing that I know you guys don't like to do. I want to torture all of you guys. Torture each and every single one of you. So, guys, let us take a look at what is going on in the current clown world. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. So what do we got today, guys? What have we got today? Whenever this thing will load. What are you doing? What are you doing, Chrome? Why are you being unsatisfactory right now? Can you guys see the screen? Maybe if I remove it and then put it back. Is that not going to work? Having trouble connecting. Is my internet bogging out? Guys, am I cyborging right now? All right, we'll get back to that later. Forget about it. I am hardwired in, and apparently my internet just does not like me. It happens to be completely fine 80% of the day, and as soon as I start streaming, it's like, oh, that guy's streaming again. We gotta do something about that. We can't let him continue to stream. So I'm gonna pretend like I'm not lagging right now, and you guys can hear me. But what is going on right now? Same thing as usual in the last, how long has it been, guys, since this whole craziness started? 1.5 years. So for you guys who don't know, I was a landlord and property owner, and as of today, about 10 hours ago, I am no longer a landlord. I ended up selling my house, and also last night, my landlord texted me from the place that I'm renting and said that he's potentially wanting to sell this condo too. He actually asked if I wanted to make an offer to him. But to me, right now, I personally believe, and we have Mr. Harry Zykos in the house himself. Maybe he could speak upon this. I personally believe that right now is probably the absolute worst time for me to buy real estate. I think people kind of get the sentiment in the air that potentially housing prices could go down. Now, I don't really know a whole lot about the real estate market. I certainly don't know as much as Mr. Zykos does over here. But something just kind of like, I just kind of have this feeling that in the next 6 months, and I'm not just talking about real estate, period. I have this feeling that in the next 6 months, like all of us are going to witness something and see something that is probably going to throw all of us off guard. But at the same time, I think that we would all just be like in the back of our minds, like, kind of expected that to happen. Now, what that thing is, I don't know. But I think a lot of people have this kind of like feeling. I think a lot of people have this kind of feeling right now that there is this just like, I don't know, you can just tell in the air, there's an air of uncertainty. But speaking of the Clown World show, why did I sell my rental property that I worked so hard to get? Well, guys, and why is everyone that I know currently that owns rental property, and I'm not talking about like, single family homes, like things that you would be parking your money in and not renting it out. I'm talking about people that have real estate and property that they purchased for the purpose of making passive income on it. All right. Now, what do we guys know about the whole rent moratorium? It just got extended again. And every time they keep saying, "Oh, we're not gonna extend it anymore," and they end up extending it anyway, right? So essentially, if you're a landlord right now, your tenants don't have to pay you, and at the same time, you're still going to owe the bank that money if you're leveraged up on that house. And in all honesty, because of how the financial system works, it's kind of dumb to buy a house outright in cash, and it's way better to leverage the house. There's plenty of reasons why, and I guess maybe we could talk about that. But so here's why my reasoning why I believe that it was a good time for me to sell my property, because I actually didn't intend on selling it within 1.5 years. I was actually thinking about keeping it at least like 5 years. And I guess point number one right there, the amount of appreciated value I've gained in that house prior to Clown World would have taken about 5 years, and what I gained is about 5 years worth of appreciation in about a year and a half, because again, we're in Clown World, right? So all these people are really high. They are very in the green on their houses. So meaning, if they didn't buy a couple months ago, let's just say they bought a year ago, most likely they're up anywhere between like 20 to like some places like 45%. So let's just say you initially bought a house at like $235,000 and then you sold it for $335,000. That's about like 33% being up. You basically made $100,000 in equity. And if you sell it, you get $100,000, right? And if you don't sell it, and it's a rental property, then the people that are renting from you, they can just not pay you. They can just not pay you, and you really can't do diddly squat about it, other than just, I guess, verbally harass them via text message. But that's not really going to do anything. And I'm not talking about people who like legitimately are hurt or like jobless because of the virus, because we know, man, I said the virus word, guys, shouldn't have done that, because we know that, this whole thing has affected some people, right? But obviously people are going to take any advantage of that as well, right? And I know that from personal experience, because I know I have had tenants who have taken advantage of me, telling me that they couldn't pay for it, and then I would see them buying a brand new 50-inch television, and then also like a nice suit, which I knew from the place that the suit was purchased from had to have cost at least $1,000 or $2,000, and they can't pay rent, right? And there's nothing you can do to tell them. There's nothing you can do. You can't go to court and be like, hey, these people can definitely pay rent. They're just taking advantage of the situation here. So yeah. That is why I sold my property, and why I have literally been witnessing a lot of landlords selling their property lately. So you're incentivized to sell because you're most likely very much so in the green on the house. So you probably have an abundance of equity in it. And if you don't sell, then you could potentially be punished. Okay, you could potentially be punished, backed by the law, where your tenants don't have to pay you. My landlord, the guy who owns the condo that I'm renting from, he is, without doxing him, let's just say that he is retired from a very, 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 very large financial institution in the United States. And he was essentially the main technical financial advisor for this financial institution. So he understands technology enough to know what technology is to be invested in through a very large financial institution. And he believes, I know that he believes that prices from the houses are kind of going to go down soon. And I think that's also, I think that is his reason for selling, because obviously I'm not a degenerate and I pay my rent, and I actually pay it ahead of time for him. And he knows me pretty well. He knows I'm a good guy. So I don't think he's concerned that I'm just going to rug pull him and not pay his rent. So that's the reason why I think he's selling. And I'm witnessing it happen a lot recently. I live in a condominium. A lot of people have been selling their condos here. And Can you really blame them? Let me get caught up. Let me see what Harry said. Congrats on the sale. Thank you, Harry. Appreciate it. Nick says, watch Princess of Yin. That shit was depressing. Yeah. Maybe we should do a stream and talk about that more in depth. Yeah, Harry, definitely come on. We'll talk. We definitely get you on, talk about that. Cautionary tale of what's to come. Tinfoil hat, indeed. Oso chain. I need to actually do what MLD and Artemis did and get an actual hat and wrap it, embed it inside of tinfoil, and then wear the literal tinfoil hat. Lord Gonzo says, landowner offered me sale of home, but I'm holding out. Market is crazy right now. Exactly. Indeed. And I actually had this plan to, my lease is up in April. I had this plan, and I don't know what technically they can't tell me to leave. They're technically supposed to keep me in the lease until April. But if the new owner really wants me to leave, they'll most likely offer me some money, of which I would rather just stay here than the money, but I would probably accept it because I don't want to step on people's toes, and I know how much of a pain in the ass it is to deal with tenants. So I would take that money and probably go somewhere equally as nice and equally as close, but I would agree. My plan was to wait until April when my lease was up and kind of get a better sense of this whole city and be able to see like what areas I actually want to buy in. Because Lord Gonzo, I do actually want to buy in Miami Beach, as crazy as it sounds, because it's hyper expensive. I just really like this area. And quite frankly, I couldn't see myself owning property anywhere else in the United States right now. Maybe somewhere else in Florida, I guess. But for me, it's like if it's going to be in Florida, I'd rather be here where it's nice. There's actually a house, a condo I was looking at last night, and the address was 6969 Collins Avenue. And I was like, oh man, 6969. How baller would that be to have that address? Cody Moose in the Hoos says, we are the guys on the street corner with a sign that says the end is near, except we are actually right. Yeah, man, there is a large possibility there's some crazy clown stuff, even more crazy clown stuff about to go down. Harry says, nuances of the eviction moratorium are very real right now. However, lots of players are buying everything they can to get their hands on right now, despite the moratorium. Depends on who has the scale. Yeah. Another thing too. So it's crazy in like both ways. So like people are super incentivized to sell, and so that's why there's so much houses on the market for sale. But at the same time, nobody wants to keep their money in cash, right? Everybody sees what's happening to the dollar. So people are literally like, man, if I don't buy a house now, I might never, ever be able to afford one. And then also if I just keep this money in the bank, maybe it'll be devalued in like 2 months. So which is what I would consider to be FOMO. I believe that there's some kind of FOMO in real estate right now, which is why it is absolutely a seller's market. So it's not a bad time to sell at all, in my opinion. Nick says, never pay off your mortgage in advance. Yep, you get punished for that. You get punished for paying your mortgage off advance. Exactly. Min payments. It depends, says Harry. I've got one door. Haven't been affected by the moratorium yet. What do you mean by one door? Like a one bedroom? Or are you saying you own one property? Could you clarify, please, Tom? Is that some kind of slang? Is this some kind of like real estate slang that I don't know, you guys? SMH bogus. Yeah, it is. It's kind of strange, huh? Sergio says, I was working at an apartment complex and so many people were squatters. It's disgusting. No dignity. Yeah, dude, I'm sorry to hear that. Like, it's kind of fucked, right? It's kind of fucked because you know that like most of these people are most likely just taking advantage of that situation, and nothing you could do to prove it. But rental RE and crypto for the win. Eli says, Robert Kiyosaki also mentions that we're at the top of the housing market and that right now is not a time to buy the house. Yeah, that's why I was selling and not buying. Gunner NYC says, I just found you from MLD a couple of days ago. He backs your programming course. My programming courses are absolutely terrible. You should just never do it. Blockchain Max says, nice. Thanks, Andy. Chad says, giggity. 6969 equals destiny. Yeah. Yeah, and that's a pretty cool address, right, guys? But was referring to 6.9? Oh, okay. They don't FINRA regulations close the prepayment penalties on residential mortgages, especially primary residential loans. Hey, Harry, what's the deal? Aren't they supposed to be giving the local governments money to give the landlords, to give the renters to pay the landlords? As far as I know, that was what was supposed to happen, and it like only like a small percentage of that has been done. And then most of these cities are kind of just basically sitting on that extra capital that they got from the USD airdrops. Just admit that I have one property. Okay, I gotcha. Flesh and fat. just live in a Tesla Cybertruck, bro. All right, I know who this is. I know who that is. Shame on you. Shame on you. Harry says, prepayment penalties on car notes and residential mortgages have been legislated away. They only exist on a commercial financial products. Yes, okay. But, all right, guys. So here's why I'm going to explain this. And you have to have a certain belief to believe that this is beneficial, but I believe that this is the case. So, and this has to do with, I'm going to preface this so you guys can understand why I'm talking. This has to do with inflation. So let's just say right now, I want to make a purchase on something that costs $100,000, right? $100,000. So I go to the bank, I get a $100,000 loan, and it is a 30-year loan. So the term is for 30 years. If I pay that $100,000 back tomorrow, they'll pretty much I really didn't get much benefit out of it, because by tomorrow, the $100,000 is most likely going to buy you the same that $100,000 could today. But in 30 years, $100,000 is most likely going to buy you one Big Mac, maybe 1/10 of a Big Mac, because we all know in 2028, one Big Mac, $1 million, right? So if you wait extra long to pay it back, then by the time it comes, as time elapses, the value of the dollar that you're paying back is less and less valuable. And if you are also raising your income, you're essentially just like you're paying back, like you basically made free money in essence. I know that was kind of like I hope you guys understood that. Like, think about it like this, guys. When you buy a house, all right, if the house costs $250,000 the day you buy it, 30 years later, the house is going to cost a lot more than $250. It's going to be worth a lot more than $250. So this thing that you bought it kind of like at a discounted price, because now you owe the amount that it was worth pre-inflation, or pre-inflation to the point to where you currently are in that timeline. If that makes sense. Tenant is still paying so far. Good. Glad you got a non-degenerate tenant, Tom. I've had some difficulties with degenerate tenants. LMAO, Flesh and Fat. Yeah, shame on Mr. Flesh and Fat in the chat. Rano Keeves, do you want a Dogecoin pillow? LOL. Yeah, dude, send me one. I don't even know where they are now. I have one Bitcoin pillow. I have one Ethereum pillow. I had 2 Bitcoin pillows and 2 Ethereum pillows. My dog chewed up both of them. But I would definitely add more to the collection. Where can I find one? Let me know. There is a massive fund deployed. However, they have not allocated the capital at all. Right. States have barely allocated for 5 to 10% of quote unquote bailouts. Definitely a cause for inefficiency. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like what the fuck? What are they going to do that money? Christian Soda with the Big Mac emojis. Nick says, you'd only pay down early if you believe your money will be worth more in the future. That's not the world we live in. Inflation matches interest, if not more. Inflation matches interest on a house. All right, so let's just say the example that I was saying was, I didn't mention an interest rate, but we could have just said 0%. And even if it was 0%, it would have been like a very good deal. But let's just say that what's the average what's the average 30-year mortgage rate right now? It's like 3.5%. So you keep that 3.5% forever through the whole 30 months of the mortgage. But we know damn well that inflation is a lot more than 3.5% a year. In fact, I would venture to say it's probably 2x that per month right now, literally right now, like probably closer to like 6 or 8% per month, which sounds absurd, but there's numbers and statistics to back it. And I'm not talking about that Fugazi CPI, Consumer Price Index, where they just like put like hand soap in a basket and don't actually take into consideration things that people actually buy, like gasoline or houses or cars or computers. But yeah, our grandparents bought candy bars for nickels. Now they're $2. Yeah, dude. Can't hear you. Can you not hear me? Audio down? Again? Hell's going on? Oh, never mind. Polka dot pillow. Here's some polka dot pillow. Sam spreading FUD over here. Load the audio FUD. Please don't load the audio FUD, guys. LOL. I have a buyer's getting 2.75% mortgage on a 30-year mortgage right now. That is a hell of a deal. And yeah, so exactly, think about that. So even if the interest rate, so even if you're paying, 2.75%, like you're and the asset that you purchased is increasing in value at a higher rate than 2.75%, which the housing market has been increasing a lot more than 2.5% per year. So yeah, on a fixed mortgage is the whole purpose. Many investors say, give me the mortgage, keep the building. Sometimes you can hear. All right, Sam, you were blind, but now you can see. All right, guys, let's see if we can get Chrome to do its job this time. Chrome really doesn't like to do its job for whatever reason. So let's see. Boom. All right, guys. So let's see what's going on. Let's see what else is going on in the circus over here. First of all, guys. When you guys look at this, I like to preface this before every time we do this little examination. When you guys take a look at this website, what is the sentiment? What is the range of emotions that you're feeling? Probably something like, oh my God, the world is on fire. The world is a vampire. Something along the lines of just being blah, blah. I don't think I can even put into words how I feel when I look at this site. Something like blah. But let's just go ahead and see if we have anything informative for this news outlet to tell us that would be beneficial for you and I and everyone else out there to know. And I'm going to be non-biased about this, all right, guys? I'm going to give you guys I'm giving my actual opinion on this, all right? So what does this article say? Your child will wait for another child to die. All right. So, okay. Hold on, guys. So the first thing we see, talking about dead children. All right. Just wanted to point that out. First thing we see, talking about dead children. All right, great. Glad noted. Next thing, Rand Paul and Mitch McConnell diverge as COV1D cases rise. Oh no. All right, so we got some FUD, some case FUD, some coup FUD. CNN reporter enters U.S. base captured by the Taliban. See what she found. Now we got some war FUD. What else? Calls for violence online, similar to before January 6, CAPITAL ATTACK DHS Intel chief says. More FUD. Orange bad FUD, I guess in this case. News and buzz. California teacher hospitalized after alleged attacked by parent over FACE and MASKS. Oh, dude, the deniers are attacking people, guys. The deniers. We need to go and stop the deniers. I'm really emotionally riled up over this story, and I have the need to go and attack all the deniers. If you guys didn't know, that's what you guys most of you guys probably are. You're deniers, by the way. Even though to be a denier would to mean in their definition to be a denier would be to deny facts, math, science, and statistics. But anyway, I guess it's also an opinion per se. It could be an opinion.
It could be an opinion, but I'm not quite sure. I only believe what I read from the media. So if you will excuse me, listen, the media, they love me.
The government, they love me too. Don't you? You? How dare you? How dare you even think about the fact that the government would lie to me. And brings us on to our next topic of the clown circus show we have going on. Some people actually have a hard time being able to at least process the thought that there is a possibility that the government doesn't always tell the truth. Now, if we go back in time, we know for a fact that the government doesn't really have the best track record of being 100% truthful. Okay. We've had many politicians just straight up lie about stuff. Whatever happened to, I did not have sexual relations with that woman. That kind of turned out to be a lie, right? I did not inhale. Come on, George. Come on, Georgie boy. We know you did. I will not ban fracking. Right. I'm just talking about in the last like 20 years, right? What about good old Richard Nixon? The us debasing the value, us debasing the currency from gold. It's a temporary measurement that we need to do because of this retarded reason that makes no sense over here. But don't worry, guys. It's only temporary. Guys, only 15 days to flatten that thing. We promise. If you just wait 15 days, it'll be okay. Trust us. We would never, ever lie to you, right? We would never lie to you. And then it goes on and on and on. People out there actually believe that there is a 0% possibility that people lie, right? Because what are these politicians? What is the government? They're comprised of people, right? And it's in human nature to lie. It's a very common thing, right? So when you kind of have a multi-generational populace of people who basically think that it is impossible for their reality to be maybe different than what they perceive it to be, then you can get away with anything. I mean, shoot, you could tell people that if they want to leave their house and be safe, that they have to put a butt plug up their butt because there's this thing in the air that it jumps from person to person and it's very intelligent and it goes up your butt. And if it goes up your butt, there's a 0.00018% chance that you're gonna pass. Even though, if we looked at the science, maybe not all butt plugs are airtight, and so maybe there might be some room for the contaminant to go up the beehole. And people wouldn't even question that. Be like, sure. What do you mean? You're not wearing your? I wear two butt plugs. You're not wearing your butt plug? I strap at least 2 deep, homie. Come on. And that kind of just brings that kind of like has this trickling effect into everything that's going on right now. Everything. I mean, like I said at the beginning of the episode, we are literally in the clown timeline, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially. Insert whatever adjective that ends in "ly" here. All right. Think about how different things are today than just, 2018. All right. And then again, also think about how different things are from 2018 back to 2010. Like, my God, huge difference, right? People don't want to work anymore. In fact, guys, I took this picture today. Let me see if I still have it. Hold on, guys. All right. I don't know if you guys can see this. You guys see that? It says, join our team, $500 sign-on bonus for Tropical Chicken, guys. Tropical fucking Chicken is going to pay you $500 to work there, just to start working there. Tropical chicken is, quite frankly, I love tropical chicken. Let me tell you guys, tropical chicken is like one of my favorite places to eat because it is very good, healthy, cheap food that is fast. So if you ever just need chicken and rice with not saturated in all these kinds of oils for $8.99, go over to Tropical Chicken. They don't make a whole lot of money. It's basically like a fast food. It's like a Latinx fast food, Latinx fast food place, right? And they're willing to pay $500 just for people to work there. At the same time, we're seeing technological unemployment begin to occur in different industries, not affecting everybody, right? This is also, mostly just affecting like the bottom type of like service-esque jobs per se. So everything is changing very rapidly around us, guys. And the point I'm trying to make again is if you just take some time to observe people, you're going to see a lot of like clownery. All right. And we need to guard ourselves the best that we can so we can avoid the circus. Because what happens when you walk into a circus? Well, it might be temporarily fun for some time, but oh shit, hold on, open door. Hold on, guys. Hold on 1 second. Let me Babe Hunker says open door. I'll be right back, guys. Hold on. Enjoy this, guys.
De style holding, où le canot est à nid longé. Flip the switch.
Urs Mühlert. It's Halbedona.
All right. Back to the Clown World show. Where was I, guys? Where was I? Well, actually, we got the comments rolling in. So let me get caught up with you guys first before I can continue. I feel like I want to turn it the F off. Yeah, that's how you should feel. It's good that you feel that way, Cody. It's good that you feel that way, as opposed to being like, I gotta get all the information out of this, or else I'm gonna be uninformed, and I'm gonna, oh no, I might miss out on the new rule that I need to obey in order to stay alive. Please load the dead kid FUD. Yeah, exactly. Like, what the fuck is this? That's disgusting. That's disgusting to be utilizing that as a tool, because you guys know that's what they're doing. All right, guys, you guys know they're using that as a fucking tool to spread fear, uncertainty, and doubt, to implant that into people's minds. That's not good. In fact, that's fucking gross. It's very gross, and those people should be ashamed of themselves. They play CNN at 4:30 a.m. at my gym, and it just makes me hate rise. Bro, put some headphones in. I don't know to tell you. What website is that? That was the centralizednewsnetwork.com. I'm surprised that Centralized News Network still has some Orange Man Bad related FUD. No, I'm not. Like, they're gonna scorn that man until the end of the earth, because he is the Orange Man, and they do not like Orange Bad, right? Orange Bad. Sam asking if you deny that Crab 19 is the deadliest, most horrible PDEMIC in the fiat sphere as an MP3. Yes. Do you deny? I wish we had that. We need to clip that, Sam. Don't forget his wife. Yep. Don't forget that guy's wife. Hey, speaking of that guy's wife, where is she? Anybody seen that lady recently? I haven't. Anybody know where that lady is? Kind of weird, huh? She's a pretty boisterous person to be missing all of a sudden. And for the last, I don't know. When was the last time we heard from that lady? I don't remember. Pre 2020 crypto bull run, that's for sure. Cody Moose says that bitch is nasty for keeping that dress though. LMAO, pretty smart, however. Tomorrow is day 518 of 15 days to slow the spread. Honk honk. Nick's Legend says, we would never tell you masks don't work so that you don't buy them, so we can save them for medical workers. Right. I just can't help but be so relentlessly limitless right now. And that is what you need to be doing, guys. That is what you need to be doing. Thank you, Pablo, for reminding me what the purpose of this stream is. And Pablo, as you guys can see, He just gets it. All right. He just gets it. I've heard some people use those for squats. For real though. With the B plugs. Load the butt plug VIRUS FUD. What the Clay says, what the fuck did I just join in on? Tropical chicken is amazing. Yes, indeed it is. I love tropical chicken. Is that the secret 600 pounds? Is that the secret to 600-pound squats? Because I'll get one LMAO. It may potentially be that putting a B plug in your B hole is the secret for 600-pound squats. I maybe would or wouldn't know. Couldn't tell you guys because in that case it wouldn't be a secret anymore, right? Vyrian says Pollo Tropico was good last time I was in Miami. Great ribs. I have not had the ribs, but I'm sure they're good. Is Latinx the politically correct word now? Yes. Yes, it is. There's some Latinx people in this chat, so I'm sure they would be very upset if you were to say anything other than that. Just go ahead and ask them. Patricia says, I'm Latinx. Please don't offend me with your toxic language. There you go. Where is my super suit? Don't know. Yes, they're called squat plugs, I think. Oh my God. Oh, Jesus Christ. Jason Bourne, toxic masculinity. PE, staring, and then turning back and walking away, GIF. I'm temporarily immortal. Hey, ELP from NYC. What is up, Alex? All right, guys. So back to the point of this, guys. And I'll put this comment back up on the screen that I just can't help but be so relentlessly limitless right now. All right. So you don't want to be a clown, right? Now is the time, guys, to be making preparations to better your lives. What you need to do is, again, take an observation of everything that's going on around you. Take an observation of the people around you. Everyone is making fear-based decisions, all right? Fear-based decisions, all right? It's something that my mentor has always told me and says quite frequently. Ask yourself, everything you're about to do, is this thing that I'm about to do, is this decision I'm about to make a fear-based decision, or is it an action-based decision? I.e., is it a decision that's going to result in me taking action towards something to benefit my life, right? I'm not talking about taking action to, like, I don't know, ram your head through a window, right? So, most people, the year 2020 was the worst year of their lives. Without having to be like Chadwick Thunder Spots over here, 2020 was, quite frankly, one of the best years of my life, if not the best year of my life. Financially, spiritually, emotionally, physically, maybe not so much physically because I used to be a competitive bodybuilder and I've been in better shape, but I felt better in 2020 than I did back then. So, while everybody else is going around beating their Peter on the FUD, beating their FUD stick all around, you guys need to be taking action towards the things that you want to get done, right? Because now is the best time. We're pretty much like back to where we started at the beginning of 2020. And there's so many opportunities to just like change your life around. Because we essentially got like a freeze. We got like frozen in a time capsule. Like a lot of people are quitting their jobs because they realize, hey, this is a horseshit job. And I'm better than that. And quite frankly, I don't want to be probed every hour because I am a living, breathing human being who actually has value to give into this world. And I'm not getting it through this job, nor am I able to give or produce that value. And I can also go make better money elsewhere. And so they're leaving. They're going to go learn new things. They're going to go do things that are going to make them more money, make them happier, make them more sovereign and free. And there is no better time to do that when everyone else is retracting. When everyone else is retracting and you begin to advance, the amount of advancement that you do ends up being like 2x what it would have been if other people weren't retracting, because it pretty much brings everyone backwards and you go further, even further, right? It's like a race. Yeah, guy A is 100 miles ahead of guy B, but if guy B goes back another 100 miles and guy A goes forward another 100 miles, now there's 300 miles gap in between them as opposed to just what it would have been a 200-mile gap. So now is the time doing that kind of stuff, guys. Like, and people kind of like inherently understand this. We got a guy on my sofa right now who literally drove down here from Canada to come and attend school down here. because he had to GTFO of where he was. And I don't think I know this guy pretty well. I don't think he would have ever done that if it wasn't for like this whole craziness going on right now. Like it just makes people realize. It makes people realize, like I got to do something. So you can either be one of those two people. You can be the kind of person that's going to make a fear-based decision and retract, or you can do the opposite and you can put a fire under your butt and get the job done, my friends. Get the job done. Same. Shout out to 2020. Good, Cody. Glad to know that 2020 was indeed the year for you. Another note, guys. Let me check this out. The Boomer coin is almost $48,000. So back when it was starting its retracement, people were like, it's going to zero again. Like, how can we have this new asset class, this new technology-based asset class, wreak so much fucking havoc when it has been dealt so many punches? And the real answer to that, the technology part of it's amazing, right? It's amazing. I talk about that stuff all the time, right? But you know what's actually helping push this whole new industry as a whole forward is the fact that our current financial system is it's done. It's going to zero. Literally, there is literally a higher chance for the dollar bill to go to zero than there is for Bitcoin. And if you think about 10 years ago, that would have been asinine. Asinine to think about. We have all these crazy things right now that people can take advantage of, guys. It's not too late to make money off of crypto. I would still say that it's pretty early, right? It's not too late to go and learn a new skill. It's not too late to leave where you're currently at. In fact, I'm glad I got the fuck out where I currently was, because it looks like the city that I was currently in is now like they're requiring paperwork for people to leave their house. You need to get the juice to leave your house. Otherwise, you can't leave. So I would have, yikes. Yikes.com, .net, .org, .edu. That sounds like not the type of people I want to be giving my hard-earned tax dollars to. I don't know. How about you guys? Would you like to do that? Claybuster says you should think about your circle. Do those people support you and you them? Are you all helping each other level up? Will they help you move dead bodies? Euphemistically, of course. Yeah, exactly. Sam says New Orleans is going to zero. Indeed. Yeah, good point, Clay. Like, all right, so we have right now in Miami, me, Sam, Pablo, Greg, and we got three more almost guaranteed on the way, and possibly a fourth one. And we pretty much are all like holding down the house up here, hanging out in the land of opportunity and freedom. And it's like kind of surreal to think we have 8. Yeah, 8. That's right. Kind of surreal to think that like people from a network together would all just end up moving into the same spot to help each other level up. Most people right now in the world would be like, that is an asinine and crazy thing to do. I don't feel safe leaving my house without my butt plug in, so I'm not going to be able to do that. But my guys know what's up. Like, they know what they need to do in order to get better in life, and they are avoiding the circus. They are not being clowns. They are taking their clown makeup off and putting their suit and ties on, which is what everyone needs to be doing. So do the best you guys can to avoid the FUD, avoid the tomfoolery, avoid the clown show. All right. Don't get wrapped up in all that stuff. Look, all I gotta say is if you're afraid, it's okay to be afraid. But just perhaps take into consideration that there may be some logistics to this that don't add up. There may or may not be numbers and math and science. Remember, we're supposed to believe the science, right? That can point to the fact that the world's not going to end tomorrow. I would be more concerned about the world being caught on fire from our, let's just say, our authoritarian figures. That's the real problem that people need to be thinking about, and no one is thinking about that because they are consumed with fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Something's going to happen, guys. Something's going to happen in the next 6 to 12 months, and a lot of people are going to be in for a rude awakening. And again, I don't know what that thing is. Like I said before, I just think it's going to catch all of us off guard. I just think at the same time, it's also going to be one of those things where we're like, okay, not that surprised about that. All right. So I believe that when this happens, a lot of people are going to be hurting for a squirting. A lot of people are going to feel it. And when I mean feel it, if you think that things are bad right now, if you think you're scared right now, and I'm not telling this to you guys to make you guys freak out. All right. The reason I'm telling this to you guys is because, like I was saying, if you can avoid the circus, if you can take your clown makeup off and you can move forward and take action into the direction that you want to go, you're probably not going to have anywhere near as close a problem as to some of these people. A lot of the normies, so we'll call them the normies like we always do. They are going to be they are going to feel it. They're going to be feeling it now, Mr. Krabs. All right. They're going to be feeling it. And when I mean feel it, I mean, again, if you think people are feeling it right now, whenever this thing happens, which I just really think something's going to happen, people are going to feel it, and they're going to feel it big league, guys. So use this time that you have now, make your preparations. If you see some sort of like system right now that you don't really agree with, and there is a parallel system that pretty much is 100 times better, and you have the ability to escape into that system, I would just go ahead and just do that. All right. I would just do it. Seriously, just do it. If you have a job that you are miserable in, that treats you like shit, and that could easily just, you could, if you were laid off, it wouldn't cost people to lay you off much of anything at all. Get a new job, learn a new skill, get a new job. All right. Do it ASAP. Don't waste any more time. If you're incredibly unhealthy and you're obese and you actually are concerned that you might get ill because of what's going around, get in shape. Don't wait until you have the coof. All right. And don't wait until you have the coof to get in shape. Don't all of a sudden start wearing something around your face and say that you care for your health when you clearly have never cared for your health in your entire life. And I'm not trying to be mean to you guys. I'm trying to fucking help you. All right. If you see something that might potentially be a problem down the road, make preparations for it. Don't rely on this current system that we have right now. Don't expect this current system to just like be all right. Like one thing I do conveniently and I take for granted all the time. If I'm hungry, I just go walk to the street and get food. What if there's nobody employed in these what if there's nobody employed in these grocery stores and these restaurants anymore? Because they're closed. We're going to get food. What if they can't even get the food there? What are you going to do? Do you know how to fish? Do you know how to hunt? Do you have like protein powder at least for like a week or two? Like, I don't know. I mean, it's better to be self-sufficient no matter what, guys. All right. You need to set yourself up from now on. And this entire thing should just be a lesson to everybody. You need to set yourself up from now on to just be 100% independent in every single aspect of life. Literally every single aspect of life. All right. Everyone needs a skill that they can use to acquire money that doesn't require a job or to work for someone else. Or if you want to be able to work from someone else, everyone needs a skill that is highly it's in need. All right. Everyone needs to be able to have a way to feed, clothe, and shelter themselves without having to be dependent off of the USD airdrops, all right, or your mom or dad, all right. Everybody needs to be able to be making the right moves financially. Everybody needs to be staying in shape and being healthy, and everyone just needs to be ignoring all the bull crap out there. Because if you can do that, You're going to be okay. If you're scared, go to church, as Christian Shoto. Rano Keeves says, I'm more concerned about California forest fires. Yep, that would be definitely a concern. Exponet, chill. What do you suggest? Could you clarify, please, friend, about what thing in particular you want me to suggest to you? There also will most likely be massive opportunity. Exactly right, my friend. And that is why, if you're moving forward right now, while everybody is progressing, like I said earlier, like you can literally 2x the amount of work that you would have put in any other year. Can you feel it now, Mr. Krabs? Oh yeah. Bully Maze has entered the chat, especially if you are hedged well. Yep. Yes, Cody. I knew you meant Billy, not bully. I knew what you meant. Artemis says food shortage is definitely coming. Stock up on canned stuff. I noticed the price of canned goods have gone up recently. Yep, I got some MREs. I got some canned goods. I like sardines. I actually love sardines. So, you know. Thanks, man. You are welcome. I don't know if you're thinking me or Artemis or what. I'm almost at the weight that I need to be in. Yeah, Harry's been killing it too. Like, congratulations too, dude. Like, taking action, doing what you're supposed to do, doing the right thing. 25 pounds to go. Yep, final stretch. Keep at it too, Harry. Cody, that's a lot of damage. Alex says, yeah, what's up with the shipping snarl all over the world? Yeah, apparently one guy caught the crab 19, and apparently just one guy catching the crab 19 equates to us having supply shortages. Now, you guys start to notice a lot of things that are causing problems. They're starting to blame it on crab 19. And if you actually take a step back to analyze what the real issue is, these problems aren't actually being caused by that. What's that? Globalism. Yeah. Globalism. Like, yeah, it is a pretty big problem for sure. Clay says, if you can get out of major populated centers, that would be good. If not, have plan to get out. Need to be where you have access to food and water for a while. Hand-to-hand combat. Yeah, I mean, everyone should at least had their face punched before, for sure. If not, you're in for a rude awakening if anything ever happened. You got to risk it to get the biscuit. Yes, indeed. You got to pay the cost, be the boss. Seed vaults, water filtration, vitamins, tools, brass, land, water bottles. I mean, this is just like basic shit that like our great grandparents and our grandparents were able to do, right? Anna V, is canned stuff healthy? Asking genuinely out of curiosity because it never tasted okay to me. I mean, it depends what it is. If it's like canned ravioli, probably not, but it's better than like eating dog poop, right? To protect ourselves and not to be dependent. Cody says healthier than dying. I don't think things are going to get like, I think, again, I think the normies are going to be in for a rude awakening. I don't think any of you guys are. Canned stuff is not healthy. BPA covered containers, but they last long on shelves. Yep. Supply shocks are the real problem. Yeah, and I don't think that the problem is actually like the supply chain issue. I think the problem is underlying that a lot of people are missing. But yeah, guys, be prepared, do the work, do what you're supposed to do. Don't let all the FUD get to you, and like just handle business, man. Handle business. If you can take care of yourself and you're prepared in all aspects of your life, you're moving forward, you're making the good moves, making the right moves, you're not making fear-based decisions, you're not going to have this like underlying level of anxiety because you're just generally going to know, like, I'm good. Like, I can take care of myself. Everything's going to be A-okay. That's all I got for you tonight, guys. I'm out. Like, comment, subscribe. Please, thank you. And if you guys have a idea of what you want me to do for a topic for a stream, let me know. I will consider it. Just please don't make that idea like let's have a stream about how we can protect ourselves from the butt eating virus from putting butt plugs up our butts. And that's it. I'm out. Later, y'all.
Pump it again. And again.
What the bloody hell is going on? The shakeout wasn't finished yet. Why haven't we crashed it?
Keep up, Jacob. This is all within expected ranges.
No. Recommence the dumps. Continue the black swans. Accelerate it. Bounce the dead cat. Pull the rugs. Build back even better. Activate the cyber pandemic. I'm in charge here. But the shadow.
Hech. It is not yours to take, Bog. The truth will set us free. It must.